Hello and welcome to the third installment. We're back again of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, and my other host, Jordan. Say hi, say hi. I was going to say everyone, but...
Say hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, there he is.
There. Hi, guys.
Off to a good start already.
It wouldn't be an introduction to a Synapse Misfire episode if shit went as planned, so...
That's a very good point.
We got some news.
That's the one. That's what I wanted to say. We have some news. We're setting up an RSS feed for the podcast so you can import it into your favorite podcasting app or your favorite RSS reader, should that be a thing that you use.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd use that. You should just use a podcasting app, but that's fine. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, I mean, whatever gets you hard, I don't know.
Yeah, nice. What if we have women watching?
Okay, I don't care. With the RSS feed, you can actually grab our link that we put in the description and you can import it into your favorite podcasting app to listen to it on the go in whatever app you choose. You don't have to open YouTube because YouTube Premium kind of cringe. You got to pay for it to lock your screen to listen to something that you're playing. Kind of cringe, kind of bad. So use a podcasting app. Just import our podcast. And soon, when we get off our asses and make some art, we'll have it on iTunes and Spotify. Considering that there probably will be a charge with either one of those. I'm not sure yet. But regardless, RSS feed, YouTube, check it out. It will probably be in other places eventually. We will always tell you. Unless I forget.
Description. Right,
link in the description.
So.
Link in the description. Copy and paste it into your favorite podcast reader. Podcast app. Podcast listener app.
Y'all don't read podcasts while you're driving?
I read a lot while I'm driving. Oh, before we get into anything today, I just have a little quick, before I get into like a real rant, I have a little quick one. And I'm just surprised at how smooth-brained the average person is. I work in an IT job. I do like help desk IT. So you deal with probably the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. I was called over this morning and I was told, "Hey, you gotta fix the printer. It keeps saying supplies low." How do you not know what the applicable fix for that is? There's two things that you put in the printer to make documents come out. Paper and ink. And it's got to be one of those things. Oh, there's paper in there. Oh, guess what the other thing is? Ink. Put some ink in the printer.
Did you ever think, though, maybe it's low on electricity?
I'm going to walk out of here again.
That's 2 episodes in a row. We're on a hot streak. See how many times I can get you to walk out.
I'll walk out of here again. Well, actually, we did have that happen at work. We had a brownout.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we across one of our buildings, the power was 70 volts at the wall.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's no good.
So we just had to run out in like a frantic, like a mad dash, turning off computers.
Yeah, I was
because they were still running under 70 volts, which.
Yeah.
Is not good for them.
No, not at all.
And we actually didn't lose anything. So we're good.
Quick response of Chris here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Saves the day once again. Super Chris.
I wouldn't say that, but with all the speed and prowess of a panda bear in captivity.
Chained down to the ground. Can't even move.
A panda bear in captivity with no legs.
Nice. Oh, man.
All right, so we have actual topics we want to talk about. We are jam-packed with topics, ladies and gentlemen.
Jam-packed. Jimmy Jam.
Jam-packed. Jordan's got a spread of papers in front of him. I actually have a laptop because I'm not 90 years old.
Listen, there was no money in the budget for me to get my own damn laptop, okay?
Dude, you have a laptop. I've seen it at your house.
Shut up.
I have like 18 laptops, too.
Well, then why didn't you offer me one?
Because I don't like you. So what's our first topic, smart guy?
Thanks, I appreciate the compliment. Our first topic is actually some news about a free update coming to a game that I love, Ghost of Tsushima. And for the first 6 months the game was announced, I kept calling it Ghosts, plural. It's not Ghost. There's one Ghost.
One ghost?
Un Ghost.
One ghost.
Yes, one Ghost. There's a free update coming called Ghost of Tsushima Legends. It's a free multiplayer update, supposedly coming in the fall of this year. It basically adds multiplayer to the game, but not in the conventional sense where you can play through like a main story co-op with a buddy old pal, you know? It's more its own separate entity, but it's a free update, which is, the nicest part. Essentially, if you have 2 to 4 players, you can play story-based missions that kind of revolve around 4 character classes: Samurai, Hunter, Ronin, and Assassin. Each one is supposedly going to play different weapons, different mythic abilities.
So it's similar to like, I know Far Cry 5, or like not Far Cry 5, but other Far Cry games had this like campaign you could play, like co-op. I know you could play the regular campaign with 2 people, but I think there was like an up to a 4-player campaign.
Yeah,
like
it was
Far
some
Cry
sort of
3, maybe.
yeah.
Or like the Call of Duty Spec Ops missions.
Yeah, exactly. It's honestly more like the Spec Ops missions, but from the sound of it, it's going to be a bit more flushed out. So Spec Ops is kind of just like fuck shit up as military guys, you know?
Yeah.
This seems to be expanding on the lore set in place in the single-player Ghost of Tsushima, as well as being story-based. So each mission you do will actually have like a purpose in telling some sort of plot line. Like I said, you can do 2 to 4 players for the co-op missions, and if you get a 4-player match going, therefore, I mean, I don't know why you would. I don't have friends, but if you happen to have 3 friends that are willing to play with you, or I believe you can matchmake, you can do survival-based waves, which is kind of fun. I know a lot of games do that, and it's kind of just, whatever at this point, but as someone who loves Ghost of Tsushima and is actually almost done currently with the single-player campaign, the combat's really good, and I think it will be pretty fun to do a survival mode. Just, it won't be long-term fun, but if they keep adding content to it, it might be long-term fun,
Well, I don't know. I got a lot of time out of Call of Duty Zombies.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same kind of thing where you could say the same thing about Zombies, where it's like, oh, it's short-term fun, but people play that to the end of... There's people who play Black Ops 3 Zombies still.
I played Black Ops 2 Zombies until, like, the whole time I had an Xbox. I played BO2 Zombies.
Yeah, so, and it helps that they also added maps with, like, each expansion when the game was still the current Call of Duty, so...
Yeah, there was also, already off topic, but I do remember, there was this workaround. What you could do is, if you had a buddy who bought the DLCs or had the season pass or something, you could log into his account, download the DLCs onto your Xbox, log out, and they would be on your account. I got a lot of games that way.
Yeah, Chris, I think that's illegal. I think we might want to cut this part out.
I don't care. Sue me, Microsoft. I stole about $60 of your content. I will give it to you with interest.
We're gonna start hearing knocking on the door during the recording of next episode. It's gonna be Treyarch and Microsoft coming here to abduct you.
I didn't have a job then, but I have a job now. I will give you that money if you really want it.
Oh, trust me, they make enough money.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah. So back to the Ghost of Tsushima thing. You haven't played it, right? And you haven't really seen gameplay on it.
I have not.
So as I mentioned, I've been playing it and I freaking love it. I know a lot of people do. It has really good Metacritic reviews, a lot of good fan reviews. And a lot of things seem to be leading to a sequel, which has me very excited, and possibly expansions down the road. But I love the single-player campaign, and if you happen to have a PS4, anybody out there, which I get it, PC Master Race, I get it. Every console sucks, I get it. Console wars. But if you happen to have a PS4, I would not sleep on this game. It's very fun. The combat is very engrossing, and as you progress, you just become more and more badass. And it's some of the most satisfying combat I've had. And the story's great. Don't sleep on the story.
Yeah, maybe when I dig my PS4 out of the drawer and I set it back up, maybe I'll buy it.
Well, maybe we can do the meme where I'll have you sign into my account on your PS4. There you go.
I don't think that works anymore.
Yes, unfortunately it doesn't. But
they've figured out DRM.
Damn. All right, so we almost forgot to mention, actually, not only is this a free update, which owners of Ghost of Tsushima will be able to install and play day one, there's no microtransactions. Can you believe that, Chris?
I cannot, honestly. Every game now, it's got to have them.
In some form, even cosmetic
It's
skins.
ridiculous.
Yeah, even skins. And from the sounds of it, there's nothing. No skins, nothing.
I would much rather pay like an extra 10 or 15 bucks for a game to not have that. To not have any like microtransactions or anything. I'm actually okay with cosmetic microtransactions though, because that doesn't affect gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you there where it's better than having like weapons locked behind
Yeah,
microtransactions.
like skins and stuff. Like the way Fortnite does it, I think is genius.
It's genius, but also I think the pricing is what really makes it absurd. Like if you can do cosmetics and price it somewhat fairly, but like explain to me why a single skin can be anywhere from $10 to $25.
Because people will pay for it.
Well, that's the problem. It says everything will be unlocked through play. That's beautiful.
As it should be. It's almost like they're selling you a game, like a product.
Yeah, and the amazing part is like with something like Fortnite, free to play, obviously, battle royale anyway, free to play, and you get the skins. Ghost of Tsushima is a full-length single-player game. I have probably close to 40 hours in the single player, and I'm just about to beat it after doing a bunch of side stuff. So I got my $60 worth. So the fact that they're adding more, and it's free, that's awesome. Consumer wins.
I usually go by the $1 1 hour rule. Like for every dollar I pay for the game, I get an hour out of the game. Not that many games I play live up to that. Not because they don't have the content for it, just because I don't really play games that much anymore.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. I did play about an hour of Factorio, and I've already gotten my I think I paid $25 for it instead of the 30. So I've already gotten my $25 out of it.
Yeah.
I did start this puzzle game that I got for free, called Supraland. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, it's not incredible, but it's it's fun. I like puzzle games.
Yeah, I mean, while we're on the topic of a free game,
It's not free technically. I got it for free.
Well, that's what I meant was now that we're on the topic of you getting a free game, I wanted to tell you this and I forgot to. So Epic Games does their free game giveaway one a week. I got Remnant from the Ashes for free last week.
Last week?
Yeah. I think it's still up, so you should check.
I should do that.
My main reason for saying this is because I started playing it this morning, and I slept on that game hard. Someone said it was Souls-like, and that was my instant turn-off because I hate getting my ass kicked. And I've only played about an hour, so I'm sure it ramps up in difficulty. I know that. But, man, is it fun. It's a fun game, and I got it for free from Epic, so that was
I should
awesome.
look. I have actually the Epic Games launcher working on my main system, under Lutris with Linux. So it does work pretty well. I was able to launch some games from it. I have another one that I have to tweak a little bit, but I just don't care enough to do it. But Remnant from the Ashes, I'll take a look at.
Yeah, you should check it out. That'd be a good game we
it's
could play together.
It's on my Steam wish list as well.
Yeah, we could play that together. That'd be pretty awesome. So, I would be totally down for that.
Bringing up the Epic Games Store, Fortnite, Epic Games themselves had a big stink with Apple and Google Play over the last week.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of rumbling about that. It doesn't seem too big, right? Nothing major is happening, right?
No, nothing major. Nothing that's like incredibly funny and almost keeping me from keeping a straight face.
Yeah, it's almost comical what's happening between these two
almost
companies.
Almost comical?
All right, it's comical what's happening between these two companies, and I'll let you do the honors of explaining.
They made a video. Okay, all right. Let me go back. If you haven't heard, because of Epic Games, the way they processed their payments, they didn't process the payments for their in-game currency V-Bucks through the Apple Store. They processed them through their own store. Apple doesn't like that. So they're going to war against Apple now because after Apple got wind of that, they kicked them off the App Store. I mean, rightfully so. It's their platform.
It's their platform. They have their reasons for doing what they do.
But they made a video. They made a video called 1980 Fortnite about how Apple is trying to control the market 1984 style. And honestly, I have to side with Apple because Epic is being horrible about it. They're like probably the most hypocritical company.
Oh, absolutely. I did just mention $25 Fortnite skins, correct?
They also blamed Apple for having having like a monopoly on certain things, like, oh, they have a monopoly on payment processors for apps in the App Store, which is kind of the exact same thing you want to do. You're the same company that's been buying up exclusives to get people on your platform.
Yeah, it's almost like Hitman 3 was just announced to be a Epic Games Store exclusive.
Wow, imagine that.
Yeah, I thought they just did that for shits and giggles. I didn't realize it was, a marketing strategy. Weird.
So, the thing is, if you have any of your emotions tied into this drama between Apple and Fortnite, I honestly pray for you. I don't even believe in God, and I pray for you, because of how smooth your brain is and how unwrinkled it is. It's like someone took an iron to your brain. Like I could see my reflection in your brain. It's so smooth.
I don't think you should be insulting viewers like that.
Well, if they're on the side of, if they're posting like hashtag free Fortnite, I don't want them here.
Yeah, no, that's I don't know what's happening. It's like they're pulling the whole political nonsense at this point.
Well, they're doing that, but it's also just it's nothing other than two companies fighting over extremely large amounts of money.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
And honestly, I don't like either of them at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy they gave me Remnant, but
I'll take your free games. I don't care.
That's also a marketing strategy too.
But if people think, okay, if you think this is anything other than a smart, in big quotes, marketing tactic, you are very wrong if you think it's something other than that.
Yeah.
Simply because it's so obvious that it's a marketing thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I saw something about them lowering V-Bucks prices, because I guess Apple takes the 5% or whatever, so they lowered V-Bucks prices, or were talking about doing that for purchasing on non-Apple platforms.
Yeah, they take a decent chunk. They take like 30% of
Is it
purchases.
30%?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot more than 5%. That's crazy.
Yeah,
but again, it is their platform.
They're not even that bad, though.
Doesn't Steam do the same thing?
Steam takes 45%.
Yeah, Steam is absurd.
Steam really, they get you when you post a game, or when you put a game on Steam. Epic, actually, they don't take as big a percentage. I'm not sure the number.
Yeah, that was their big move when they first made their launcher, was that they take a certain percentage dependent on how much the game pulls in for money.
So I mean, I guess that's good in a sense, but I also don't really buy anything from the Epic Store. I just show up to get my free game.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what a lot of people do. So if you've seen episode 1 of this podcast, you know that I'm the head VR guy here.
Yeah, you're
between the two of us.
The VR man. I was actually the earliest adopter, but I just don't use it anymore.
See, he adopted the earliest VR headset and then just never used it. However, I joined a little bit later, and then I've been keeping up with it ever since. So I'm the de facto VR guy here, and got some bad news, VR lovers. Zuck is trying to take over the world, and he's doing real bad things.
Fucking Zuck, dude.
I hate that Zuck guy.
I hate Zuck so much. You can't
You
tell
suck,
me.
Zuck.
You can't look me in the eye. You can't look me dead in my shits and tell me that he's not a robot.
I've seen some videos and some photos there. I think he's an android.
Have you ever seen him? Have you ever seen him? This is already off topic. Have you ever seen the video of him making like brisket or barbecue in his backyard?
I haven't, but now I really want to.
It's the most robotic human I've ever seen.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look that up after the show.
Yep.
But yeah, so Zuck, and not Zuck himself, but apparently the Facebook team behind Oculus is making some moves. So starting in October, so a couple months away, 2 months away,
Yeah.
If you purchase or log into a VR headset from Oculus for the first time, so say you buy a Quest in October or you get one for Christmas in December, you're going to need a Facebook account to log in.
And this is the exact thing that I praised Oculus for in the first episode.
Yeah, for not doing, and yeah.
Starting in October 2020, that's a very good point that you brought up. If you get one for Christmas, I think this is like a 300 IQ play from Zuck.
Oh yeah.
So if he wanted to get, right, you think about people who really want an Oculus Rift or a Quest or something, and people who like Facebook. I imagine those are two separate circles in a Venn diagram.
I would think so.
Like, who uses Facebook still? Like, my dad uses Facebook.
Papa Chris uses Facebook, yeah.
Like old people use Facebook,
yeah.
Right? I don't think I know a lot of people under the age of like 20 or under the age of like 30 even who use Facebook.
Yeah, honestly, my Facebook, if I was to sign in, would more than likely be older relatives posting things.
I don't even have a Facebook account anymore. I had one. I don't anymore. But anyway, this is like a 300 IQ play from Zuck, because what he wants is he wants your data. He's a robot man. He wants all your data. It's what he eats for dinner. And this is a good play because then he ships out all these new Oculus devices. You know, little Jimmy gets his new Quest on Christmas morning. He goes, yo, Grandma, this is cool. And he opens it up. Uh-oh, you got to sign in with Facebook, dum-dum. So now little Jimmy's got to make a Facebook account, and now little Jimmy is giving all his precious data to Zuck so he can eat Jimmy.
Yeah, so I've been sitting on this joke since you said Zuck likes to eat data. He's going to take a bite out of your bites. Yes, I made that joke. I'm smart. I have the 300 IQ play.
I'm going to vomit, dude. That just made me feel physically ill.
Something I wanted to bring up, though, in regards to what you just said about Jimmy making a Facebook account. It's against Facebook's terms of service to make a Facebook account that is not you. So a lot of people were saying, oh, that's fine. I'll make a throwaway account. Johnny Johnson is going to be my name, and there you go. Well, your account will be terminated, and a lot of people fear that will then lock your VR device and lock all of your games that you purchase with said Facebook account.
That's a very good point.
That's why people are pissed, or at least that's one of the main reasons.
That actually makes sense because I don't know if you've ever watched him, but I watch this guy on YouTube, Internet Comment Etiquette, and he makes fake Facebook accounts all the time, and he can't seem to keep one. So that's probably why, because they're never him.
Yeah, so once they catch on, however they do it, they catch on that it's not an actual
individual. With his accounts, it's probably really obvious.
Well, yeah.
Because like he had one account where he just he rated like conspiracy theory pages and posted pictures of shirtless old men.
Yeah, I would think that might be a troll account, maybe.
And his name was also Holiday Fart Cruise. So.
I like this guy.
Yeah, you should watch him. He's actually really funny.
Yeah, so I think the Christmas time window kind of makes sense with the ultimate plan of the Zuck, where implement it in October, flush things out, piss people off, and then the little Jimmy who doesn't really understand.
Well, that way, you roll it out 2 months in advance. That way, the backlash dies down. You give it 3 weeks, a month. The backlash dies down. Now everyone's like, oh, shit, it's almost time for Christmas. Mm-hmm. And they start getting all their Christmas gifts. They're like, oh, the Oculus goggles. Jimmy wanted those. So you grab them off the shelf. They're fighting like 4 old ladies at a time to get a Rift S. You know, fucking Gretchen gets an elbow to the jaw, right? Grandma Edna gets a black eye trying to get this Rift S for little Jimmy, little Johnny, whatever.
Or she might pronounce it the Rifts.
Yeah, she's gonna get the Rifts, or the Quest goggles, and she's gonna bring them home after being battered and beaten on Black Friday.
It's gonna be bloody, crawling through the door.
She's gonna roll in with 8 broken ribs. And she's going to say, this is what you wanted, right, Jimmy? This is what you wanted. That's going to be her last sentence, and she's going to die right there on the spot. And he's going to be like, thank you, Grandma. Oh, shit, I need a Facebook account. Fuck you, Grandma. And she's going to spit on her corpse.
Okay, so that, if you couldn't tell, is a dramatization, like you see on like the crime networks. But no, in all seriousness, if you think about it, you announce it now that this is going to be mandatory. October comes around, it gets implemented. The Google search feeds under Oculus, under Quest, under VR blow up with trending pages about this Zuck taking your data. By the time Christmas rolls around, a lot of that's down when everyone's searching, where the hell do I get this Oculus Quest S CV5?
Exactly.
Where do I get this thing? Well, that's a smart play. That is a really smart play. And if, we're two dumbasses assuming that's what he's doing, but I have a strong feeling that's exactly what the thinking is.
That's my thought. That would be my play if I was that weird humanoid android that Mark Zuckerberg is or seems to be. That's what I would do.
Yeah, and it just kind of, the stars line up. And if you think you're safe, by the way, if you already have a Quest or a Rift S or a CV1 and you think you're safe, I have unfortunate news for you as well. You're not going to be grandfathered in. As a matter of fact, it seems like starting in 2023, it'll be mandatory for all users, not just people who bought and signed in after October of this year.
Which is also incredibly upsetting because I already have an Oculus account. And now if I wanted to get a Rift or a Quest or a Quest 2, like I had discussed, now I have to make a Facebook account again.
Or at least in 2023 you do, because you do have the Oculus account for now.
For now.
But it also might be if you sign in for the first time,
That's possible.
It might chip you there. As I mentioned, I mentioned in episode 1 and earlier that I was a VR guy. I have a Quest and a Rift S, and I had a Rift CV1, the original consumer Rift. And I've had it linked to Facebook the whole time because as much as Zuck is a scumlord who just wants to bite your bites, like I said, I have a feeling that if I have a Facebook account linked to my email, that email also has an Oculus account. I don't think Zuck really has to do much more work to get my data. So I kind of just went all in from the start.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I guess it's kind of not the end of the world if you have the Facebook account and you just like fully lock it down. Because I don't want Facebook to use Facebook. I want Facebook to play my games. Because I actually do have a couple games on my Oculus account. Like I have like Robo Recall, and I think I have one other. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I want to keep that, so I would have to use my Oculus account or my Facebook account for my Oculus account, which is a pain, and I do not like it.
Yeah, I certainly think it's a bad move. And I believe Palmer Luckey is the CEO of Oculus, and people are really firing full throttle at him on the internet because I believe it was in like OC5, which is Oculus Connect 5, which is when like the Quest was announced.
Oh, it's like the same idea as like a Nintendo Direct.
Exactly, but it's a bigger scale for the most part. It's more like E3 style where they literally announced the Link and the Quest there, and like it was big.
Same idea. It's just
it's the same idea.
They don't have as frequent releases as Nintendo.
Exactly, so. It's like a bigger deal. But I guess it was sometime after he had went on record as the CEO of Oculus, or the founder, I mean, and said there will never be Facebook accounts required.
Oh.
And people are now blaming him, and he came straight out and said something along the lines of, at the time, that's how I felt, and then as time went on, it was clear that would no longer be true. And I really don't think it's fair to fire shots at this guy.
Well, it's very, like, it's a corporate speak for saying, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
This was something I was forced into.
Yeah. And the thing is,
it's definitely not his fault.
It's not his fault, and you have to understand that he's the founder of Oculus, but Zuck owns Oculus now.
Yes, you need to think about, all right, if I was in his shoes, I'd be petrified of Zuck. Not only is he like a billionaire, he's also like a Android man. He could walk up to me and pop my head like a grape. I don't want to be like that.
It'd be like that scene in the Terminator where he just lifts the dude up by his throat in the parking lot.
It'd be like that. He'd lift me up and just like fucking Kali Ma me and rip my heart right out of my chest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll have to give him some EMP grenades.
And he goes, now I'm going to apply the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. And he's going to eat it right in front of me.
But I mean, from my current position on the whole matter, I'm not too concerned on a personal level because, like I said, my Facebook account's already linked. I understand why users don't want that, and there's also plenty of users that are like, "Well, I don't even have a Facebook," and like we mentioned, it goes against the terms of service to make like a burner account. So I can see why a lot of people are very pissed, and I've seen a lot of people that are saying they're holding out hope for the HP Reverb G2, which is like HP and Valve, I believe, partnered up to make a VR headset.
Okay.
I don't really, off the top of my head, know the specs of that headset, if there's any announced, but people are really holding hope that it's going to be the next big thing so they can drop Oculus. If you go on the Oculus subreddit or the Oculus Quest subreddit, most users there have already stated that they are no longer buying anything Oculus or Facebook related.
I would have the same philosophy that I have with Apple products. Is I will definitely never buy them from Apple. I'll never directly give Apple my money. But I would be okay if I found like an older thing secondhand.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like an old iPad or something.
Exactly. Like,
but in this case, obviously, like an old Rift.
They already have their money, and I'm not supporting Apple by buying this secondhand product.
Yeah, I get the philosophy there, where you don't want to directly support them, and you're not by doing so.
Exactly. I don't know. As much as I don't like Facebook, I can see why that move was made.
Yeah, it's tough because in a lot of ways you'll also see memes on those subreddits that say like Zuck built the VR marketplace and then he destroyed it. Because before the Quest, not that there's mass adoption now, but before the Quest, there wasn't even a thought of mass adoption VR. And then now a lot of people are kind of making it out like he just destroyed VR, where it's never going to take off now. And I certainly don't think that's the case.
Well, you're getting it from like man babies on a subreddit.
Yeah.
Everything's the end of the world to them.
Oh, absolutely. If the second something doesn't work out.
Exactly. You see the same thing if you go to like any subreddit that's about a specific device or like a specific brand. Like one thing goes wrong and they're like, "Oh, it's the end. Brand's over.
Yep,
throw the whole thing in the trash."
Yep, yeah, that's true. But I was surprised, honestly. I honestly stayed out of it. Probably the smartest thing I've done ever on Reddit was this is the first time ever I just didn't comment. I'm like, I don't have any horse in this race.
That's why I don't comment or post or really anything.
Yeah, except for that Arch Linux story.
I wasn't on Reddit. That was on the Arch Linux forums.
Oh, that's right. That was on there.
It was directly on the forums.
Damn, that's even more brutal. But yeah, it sucks regardless. You know, I understand the integration, but I also think that you don't need the integration, and a lot of people don't want it. So, and it comes down to if it's a required integration. A lot of people don't have Facebook accounts. Simple as that.
Same idea as Google Plus.
Yep.
Remember how that was a big stink? Now you're gonna have Google Plus, and now, well, I mean, you see how that went.
Yeah, that
Google Plus is no more.
Yeah, that didn't pan out too well.
So I mean, it only took like 5 years. So what? We call it another 5 years. You know, maybe this is like, oh, well, this isn't going to pan out. But they just did it because they entirely nixed Google Plus. They didn't nix the integration. They just nixed Google Plus as a whole. And I don't think Facebook's going anywhere. As long as there's still old people, there's still going to be Facebook.
Yeah, that's true. It kind of bums me out because Oculus has made strides in, making like VR. What's the word I'm looking for? Making great strides in improving VR. They were like the Quest. There was nothing like the Quest until it came out.
Yeah, and making it more affordable and accessible to the common man, as it were.
Yeah, exactly. So
that was the big thing you had with the first generation Vive and the first generation Rift is like, oh, well, you need a $900 headset and you need like an $1,800 computer.
Yeah. So, and, who the hell wants this early adopted hardware and then they need all this extra hardware behind it? No one's going to pay that price other than people who are really into gaming and
yeah, I did.
already have a PC.
Well, I already had a PC, so.
Well, I'm saying your average soccer mom might say, "Oh, I really want to try a VR headset," but she's not going to go all in on $2,500 of equipment.
Or she'll say, "Man, little Tommy's really talking about that virtual realities. I better go hop on the old Amazon machine and see what one of these Rifts costs." Oh, well, Rift, that's okay. That's not that bad. Oh, but you need to plug it into a computer. What kind of computer do you need for it? Oh no, you need to spend like $1,000 or $1,500 on a computer, and I have to get him a $600 headset. Yeah, that's a no.
Or, this is a funny story time. I saw this happen on the Oculus subreddit around the time the Quest launched. Someone who didn't have the knowledge behind PCs or anything, they bought what they thought was a standalone VR headset, and they got a Rift instead. So they were like, "Where do these wires go? I don't get it. Is there a battery bank? Like, what is this?" And people were like, "You need a PC." And then they were just like, "What do you mean I need a PC? This is a wireless headset." And they were like, "No, this is a PC headset." So that's the other thing you get, where your average, person buying it for their son or daughter might be like, "Oh yeah, this is that headset they wanted. Yeah, it's $400. That's not bad." But it's a PC headset.
Yeah, that too, because it's not like, unfortunately, if you make something idiot-proof, the world's gonna give you a bigger idiot.
Yep.
So you could say like, because I think it says it in all the listings, like Oculus Rift S headset for PC, right?
Yeah, more than likely. I haven't really looked, but I think it usually... And even Oculus's website, when you first get on it, has two categories. It says for PC and then like standalone.
Yeah, so, but you're going to say, average parent is going to be, oh.
My son has a computer.
Yeah, Rift, computer. We have those. Or we have computer. We need Rift. So now you're going to have like little Timmy, little Tommy, little Johnny, little Jimmy, whatever I call them. Now he's just got like a 2008 Asus ePC with Windows XP on it. And he's gonna be trying to run Blade and Sorcery or Half-Life Alyx on that when those computers cannot even run Steam.
Yeah, so that's the problem you get in. So I guess we'll see where this pans out, and if you're interested in this topic, I'm sure we'll have updates for you as time goes on and we learn more.
I hope so. Well, because this podcast is recorded in advance, we are kind of late to this party. We're switching topics, by the way. Get with the program. We're going to talk about new Samsung stuff.
Yeah, from the Galaxy Unpacked event, which was very marketing-based and totally stupid at times.
Those things usually are.
Yeah.
You got your Galaxy Buds Live, didn't you?
I did, and currently they have been returned to Amazon.
That's tough.
Yeah, I know I promised like a Galaxy Buds Live review, and I did spend about 2 to 3 days with them of actually using them before I returned them. And let me start off by saying they're good. They're phenomenal earbuds. They're comfortable. They sound really good. They have good bass, good highs, good mids, and the case is pretty portable. It was probably somewhere in the ballpark of like AirPods, the original AirPods case size, maybe a little thicker. Wireless charging. It had all the bells and whistles. The problem came in when I saw they were active noise cancellation, as the leaks and rumors had stated. So I expected it to be, active noise cancellation and to be good. They are the most open ear headphones or earbuds I have ever seen in my life. I could hear my fridge whirring in the background sitting at my kitchen table with active noise cancellation on. Active noise cancellation did nothing. And the passive noise cancellation was non-existent. It sounded like I had speakers, little baby speakers, glued to the top of my head, not even in my ear. So, while they sound great, the noise cancellation wasn't even there. Not active, not passive, nothing. Partially my fault for, expecting anything otherwise on an open ear design, but also, like I said, when it's advertised as active noise cancellation, and they say you can take them on trains and buses. I was in the car with my girlfriend driving, and I used them, and I could hear her directional clicking.
Okay, all right.
That's no good for me.
Yeah.
Especially when you have the Galaxy Buds Plus, which are the ones I had before, which I still currently have, that are $10 cheaper. And the passive noise cancellation is phenomenal on those. I've taken them on the highway with the windows down while she's driving, and it's good. I can hear everything perfectly. So I was very disappointed, to say the least. They sound good. That's about it. That's about all they had going for them. Comfort, sound, and the design.
Yeah, I actually wanted to invest in another set of true wireless earbuds, and I was recommended the Tautronics Sound Liberty 79. So I'm gonna get a set of those. I think they're like $55. I'm actually looking at them right now, because I did get an order placed on them, but then I decided not to because they weren't gonna be in stock till October. So I just decided to wait on the item. So the I guess for what they cost, they're really good. Because I did see a video recently about the Raycons and how for what they cost, they're not that good. I quite like my Raycons. However, I haven't heard them untuned in a long time. Like since I got them. Because right when I bought them, I'm like, there's way too much bass in here. And I tuned them. So I turned down bass, I turned up treble, I turned up mids. But I guess if untuned, they sound horrid. But the Tautronics ones sound good, actually.
Yeah, so maybe you can discuss those when they eventually show up. But yeah, like I said, I mean, if you need wireless earbuds, and you need them to be comfortable and sound good, the Galaxy Buds Live are great. But I also think there's many better options out there. You could get the Galaxy Buds Plus, which are $10 cheaper. You could get the original Galaxy Buds from like 2 years ago, which were like $100 at launch. You could probably find them for like $60. Comfortable, sound good. They all have their pros and cons. I know like the Galaxy Buds Live and the Galaxy Buds Plus were said to have better call quality, so if that matters to you, get the Galaxy Buds Live. The Galaxy Buds Plus. But I was very, very disappointed with the Galaxy Buds Live.
You didn't like the beans?
I loved the beans. I loved the design. It was nice. They were so comfortable. They just sucked for noise cancellation. Like that PC fan, that little laptop fan that's going, I could hear that with those in right now. I promise you. It was so disappointing.
Man, that's bad. I know the ANC on the AirPods Pros is like decent for what it is.
Well, I've actually heard it's like pretty phenomenal for earbuds. Like close with the Sony 1000 Mark IIIs, the earbud versions. Yeah. I've heard it's close to that. Like they're really good.
That was another thing I was considering, getting a set of those, but I can't swing it. It's too much money.
Yeah, I originally wanted those. It was funny when I had. You remember the Icon X's? Those were remarkably uncomfortable. So when I was looking for something more comfortable, I was like, yeah, get those Sonys. And then I kind of got jebaited into the Samsung ecosystem where I was like, but these work better with my Note 10. So I got the Galaxy Buds Plus. And I don't regret it in any way, but I have heard that the Sony ones are better. But they're also like $100 more. Yeah,
they are big money. Let me look.
When I looked back in the day, they were like $228, I believe.
Let me look now.
On the old Amazon machine.
Amazon machine is loading $178.99.
So here's my new advice to you: if you really need that ANC, get those instead of the Galaxy Buds Live. Because guess what? How much was it? $179.
$178.
$178. That's the same price as the Galaxy Buds Live.
You can get them renewed. You can get them renewed for $99.99.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can literally get them for the same price and cheaper than the Galaxy Buds Live if you get them renewed. So I would certainly recommend that before the Galaxy Buds Live.
All right. I mean, that's kind of bold considering you haven't used them.
Yeah, I have never seen a bad review for them. Oh. I've heard nothing but phenomenal things about the noise cancellation. For the longest time, as far as I was aware, they were the best sounding wireless earbuds around. So I'm not sure if they've been dethroned yet. I know the AirPods Pro were supposedly the competitor to those.
Yeah, but I guess the AirPods Pros are like really good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So, and from my experience with the Galaxy Buds Live, I mean, for Christ's sake, if you're that concerned, get the Raycons. Because I can promise you the passive noise cancellation is going to be better. And for me, it's not that I need active noise cancellation, but I'm not looking for a speaker that's just out in the open. When I put earbuds in, it's because I need some sort of isolation from my environment.
Or even get like the cheap ones. I've heard good things about the Tautronics. Get the Tautronics ones.
Yeah, I mean, anything that's going to have decent passive noise cancellation is already going to be a notch above the Galaxy Buds Lives. So, that's my review of them. Like I said, sound good, but eesh on the noise cancellation.
That's a shame.
And Chris, I remember we talked about this, I believe it was episode 2, because when I was editing, I did timestamps for it. And remember we discussed the ever soaring prices of smartphones.
Yeah, quite unfortunate, actually.
So I wanted to talk to you about this because I already know what this is going to lead to in a reaction, but I think the audience needs to hear this.
All right.
So the Galaxy Note 20, as anticipated, and Note 20 Ultra were announced. Note 20 Ultra, expensive phone. It starts at $12.99, but with storage spec, it can go up to $14.49.
It starts at $12.99.
Yes.
What kind of phone are you getting here? What's the screen?
The Note 20 Ultra, 6.9-inch AMOLED, 120 Hz refresh rate.
Damn, that's bigger than my dick.
How do we go from serious to that? Oh man.
So.
All right, so let me continue my my spec list. Yes, you get a 6.9 bigger than Chris's dick AMOLED display, 120 Hz refresh rate. However, you have to use 1080p in order to reap these benefits.
Okay, well, it's a 7-inch screen.
Yeah, it's exactly. That's my thinking. So you get the pen to paper feel S Pen, which is their lingo for they got the response time down to 9 milliseconds. If that matters to you, awesome.
Okay.
You get this ecosystem thing going on where you can write notes with your S Pen and it gets sent over to your Tab S7, all your other Samsung devices.
Who the fuck's buying a Tab S7?
Exactly. But yeah, it's a nice phone. It has, I believe, it's the 4 cameras, the standard, ultra wide, the telephoto potentially. I know they have the space zoom. I think that takes place of the telephoto, and then they have that really big ultra wide like the other phones have.
Oh, so formidable. I mean, any camera or any phone in 2020 needs like 18 cameras anyway.
Yeah. So let me just tell you, you have some nice cameras on this boy. But like I said, it starts $12.99, and then it gets spec'd up if you upgrade the storage to $14.49. Oh, expandable storage as well. The ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. A lot of the stuff you see on like the Note 10 Plus. And I forgot to mention this: the Snapdragon 865 Plus. So top-notch Snapdragon chip. Now. Ready to talk about the Note 20 stock. It's $1,000, okay?
$1,000.
So about 2 years ago, flagship price.
I mean, that's like if I didn't get a discount on it, that's what my Note 9 would have cost.
Okay, now how about when I tell you that it's made of plastic on the back?
It's made of plastic?
Yes.
For $1,000?
Yes.
It's plastic?
Yes.
When my phone, my Note 9, is glass and like metal.
Yeah.
And it was the same price?
Yes. Oh, and that 120 hertz pen to paper feel awesome refresh rate, 60 hertz.
60 hertz. Plastic phone.
Yep.
Everything's plastic? Screen, too?
No.
Just
the
the back.
screen is glass, yes. And the sides are aluminum. It's just the back.
Just the back is plastic.
Yep. Oh, and you lose a camera.
Okay. You lose it. Well, you're not paying the $12.99.
Yep.
So you don't get a glass phone? Like you don't you don't just get the de facto build quality that's been on flagship phones for like the last 5 years?
Well, I just want to point out, I have a Note 10 Plus sitting over here that was $100 more, and you could buy it now for probably like $800. I think we looked a couple episodes ago. It is significantly better value than this Note 20 stock.
Well, the Note 9 you can find for like probably really cheap.
And and that's more bang for your buck. Like,
hey, you get a headphone jack too.
Yeah. When I ever saw the Note 20 standard, I was disappointed. I thought last year with the whole Note 10, Note 10 Plus debacle where they took away expandable storage and took away the headphone jack.
Yep.
I thought that was bad. This is worse.
A plastic phone.
Yep.
$1,000.
Yep.
Gets me plastic.
The last plastic phone I had, Chris, was a $250 LG K20 Plus.
This better be some really good plastic for $1,000.
Well, especially when I believe both the parts that are glass have the new Gorilla Glass Victus, which is like, more scratch resistant, more jargon about how great it is. It's a new Gorilla Glass. But then the back is plastic on the stock Note 20.
The back is plastic. If that plastic doesn't literally revive me from the dead, I do not want it.
Marquez Brownlee, you might have heard of him, right?
Yeah, Fortnite and Marquez Brownlee, yeah.
Yeah, he very good tech reviewer. He said in one of his videos that I watched about the stock Note 20 that it's so cheap feeling that he squeezes it and there's an air pocket between the plastic back and the battery.
Oh my god.
So it flexes when you squeeze it.
Oh my god, dude.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
$1,000.
1,000 United States dollars.
Yep. I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's probably... I'm ashamed to say that I own a Samsung phone. I feel just as bad as when Apple pulls their bullshit with a $1,000 monitor stand.
My Note 9, I can assure you, will probably be the last Samsung product I buy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you there. I feel like I can certainly get a lot of bang for my buck with many other brands, like even OnePlus.
Well, I say that. It's definitely going to be the last Samsung phone I buy. I still buy their SSDs and things like that.
Well, yes, yeah. More, if you want to be more specific, yeah. Their
I believe
SSDs
I have a
phenomenal.
Samsung washer and dryer. But yes, the Samsung SSDs are very good.
And then...
Phones, not so much.
And then, I know you're going to love this one. So if you guys don't already know, I don't think we've talked about it on this show, Chris here does not like foldables in the slightest.
Okay. I think... I like that it exists. Let me not say that. I don't like that it exists. I understand why it exists. I just don't like it, and I think it's a stupid gimmick.
Yeah, me and Chris have had this discussion many times.
I've been burned too many times by gimmicks. So you see this new gimmicky thing. Oh, it folds. Woo! Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I don't like it. I don't want it in my house.
So they announced a new foldable, and my main takeaway is that it looks nice. It looks like a pretty phone. Finally, they've released a foldable that is a full-sized phone on the outside and a big tablet-y size big boy on the inside. Because with the Galaxy Fold, you got like a 3-inch, 4-inch screen.
Yep.
With the Z Flip, you got this 1.5-inch little screen to look at notifications and time. And then you'd unfold it and you'd get on the Z Flip a normal size phone, and on the Fold, you'd get like a tablet. You know what the name of this new foldable is?
What is it?
You have the Galaxy Fold and the Galaxy Z Flip. This is the Galaxy Z Fold 2.
The Z Fold.
2.
The Z 2.
2.
So they
Dos,
fold.
as in second generation.
The Fold, the Z Flip.
Had a baby.
Z Fold 2, second gen.
Yes.
But it's the first gen.
But it's the first gen with this weird naming scheme.
Okay.
I don't have any pricing details. I don't even think they announced the price at the show, potentially. And I don't know if they've updated it as we speak. But I'm sure it's going to be expensive. I've heard close to $2,000.
Yeah, wasn't I know the Fold was like $2,000.
Yeah, and the Z Flip was like $1,250, I believe. It was like the same price as the S20.
Jesus
S20
Christ,
Ultra
man.
or something like that. It was like in the same... Because I remember when the S20 Ultra came out, I did this meme where I was like, hey, if I'm going to get the S20 Ultra, I can get the Z Flip for the same price and experience the foldable. And then I think my friend stopped talking to me for a while.
Yeah, honestly, if you rock a Z Flip, man, get a new phone.
But the phone itself, looks nice. It's still that plastic screen with glass composite, but it's not glass. It's just super thin, paper thin glass. Sure, it's another foldable. It's not going to have mass adoption. It's not doing anything extremely new. It's just another foldable from Samsung.
Yeah, and I think $2,000. It's a pretty formidable price. If you have like a lot of money, go for it. But don't be mad when after 2 years of owning that phone, you wear out the joint in the middle.
Yeah.
And then your screen breaks, and you got to spend another like $1,000 for a Samsung proprietary screen.
Well,
and you're out of a phone for like 2 weeks.
You
gotta send it to Samsung, and they gotta fix it and send it back.
I don't know if this is the case with the Z Fold 2, but I don't think I ever told you this around the time the Z Flip launched. They offered one free screen replacement.
Oh, really?
Yes, once you bought the phone.
All right, I retract that statement.
I don't know if that's how it is with the Z Fold 2.
If they end up doing that, I will fully retract my statement. I will eat my own words.
But again, we don't exactly know what
Man,
what
Samsung's really dropped the ball here, man.
Yeah,
the plastic Note 20 and this like dumb
open
foldable
ear
thing.
The open ear earbuds.
Ear beans.
Oh, and then the most exciting thing was the Galaxy Tab S7. I don't give a shit.
I could not tell you how much I don't care about Galaxy tablets. I've interacted with a few Galaxy tablets. I actually own a handful of Galaxy tablets that I got broken from work, and I have a new one that I got with my phone, because to get the discount, I think I also had to get a tablet or something.
Yeah.
But I have a tablet nonetheless. You had to get like a tablet with service on it.
Oh, nice.
So I have a tablet, and it has service on it, and it's in my drawer, and I don't think I've used it really ever, because I don't have a use for a tablet. And especially an Android tablet, they're just bad.
Yeah.
Right? I already don't really like tablets, but they're just a bit finicky.
On Android, yeah.
On Android, and I've used a handful of Samsung tablets, like I said, for work, and the application in which they're used, they have to reliably print to a printer, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I've had probably many hours trying to fix it. I even have one of the tablets that I do manage that just refuses to print at all.
Yeah. Honestly, there was like two things that actually excited me.
Well,
that Samsung
but then again, I say that how much I hate the Android printing thing. Apple AirPrint is not much better.
I have no horse in this race. I've never actually used it, but is it really that bad?
It's okay. Well, it's easy if you have one printer that it could possibly go to.
Okay.
I work in a workplace, and we have multiple printers, and they have to be. Now, this is in my experience. I work in a business, so I have the way our network is set up. It's divided into several virtual LANs, VLANs, as it were, and each one has a different subnet. And normally, no matter what VLAN you're on, there's crosstalk between the subnets. So you can talk, like, for example, VLAN 4 is one of our dynamic DHCP networks. So you can talk to something that's on VLAN 3, for example. However, our iPads, which use the AirPrint, would be on this wireless VLAN, and it can't talk to a different subnet, is the big thing. The Android printing can. So they're on one subnet, and the printer's on another subnet.
And
they can talk to each other.
Yeah.
Apple, there's no like real print driver that you install, so you can't talk between a different subnet. That's my thing, and it's a bit advanced, but like it works great, flawlessly, if you have one printer that you're printing to on your network. So I'm assuming like if you're at home and you have an iPad or an iPhone or whatever and you want to print, great, wonderful. But if you want to use it in a professional capacity, and get like real work done with it, it's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Where at home it might be perfectly fine, but as soon as it gets a little complicated, it's brought to its knees. There was two things Samsung kind of announced and doubled down on that actually were interesting. One was they really went all in on the ecosystem, similar to what Apple does. They literally used the word ecosystem at numerous points throughout their show. I also forgot to mention this because it's so unexciting. They announced the new Galaxy Watch. Yay.
Wow.
It's the same as last gen.
Honestly, talking about the ecosystem, I just don't think that there is going to be a competitor, an honest competitor to the Apple ecosystem.
Well, yeah, probably not. I mean, they literally have their own OS on lock.
Like,
It's not just like they have devices, like OnePlus did say they have an ecosystem. They have their earbuds, their phone, but they don't have an OS. Apple has a literal OS across numerous device spectrums. They have watches, they have phones, they have laptops.
yeah, and they know how to make them talk to each other.
Exactly.
Because they're the ones in control.
Mm-hmm.
If you have, like, does Samsung even make laptops anymore?
I don't know about anymore, but I know they have. I'm just not sure what they
Say,
do
for
now.
example, they made a laptop, like a nice high-end laptop, and people bought it. Regardless, it's going to run, like, Windows, right?
Yeah,
So
it'll be like
now-
Windows 10, yeah.
And now, your Galaxy Tab S7 has to talk to Windows 10, and it's not going to like it. So
Yeah.
it would have to be interfaced through this, like, weird proprietary Samsung software that's built into the computer. Maybe.
So,
But it's not going to be as seamless as Apple's.
So they have, I changed what I say. They have 3 things that were exciting. One of which, back to the ecosystem, they have the My Phone Companion app on Windows 10. I've
Okay.
used it with my Note 10, and it's gimmicky. It's whatever. It's like Apple, but if Apple wasn't Apple, it sucks. Is what I'm trying to say. Supposedly they doubled down on that. Like you can literally, I believe it's virtualized, but you can virtualize your phone. Use your phone when it's not around on this app.
Oh, really?
So you can do some pretty cool like Apple level things. You can open apps in like a virtual phone from there, and it's cool. They doubled down on that. So it seems like they're working with Microsoft, and this kind of leads into one of the other things that I wanted to mention that was exciting. The Galaxy lineup is getting Xbox Game Pass in the fall.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. And there's a Xbox controller you can buy that comes with a bracket to hold your Galaxy phone, and you can play Game Pass.
Wow.
Pretty exciting, actually. If it works
Interesting.
well.
Yes, if it works well. That's a big if. Now, I don't know what specifically is on Game Pass. I know it's definitely you're going to get all your Microsoft first-party stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know what else is on it. If it's anything like the PS4... The
PS Now.
PS Now, that's what
It's
it's called.
substantially better.
Is it?
From what I've heard from people who've used it, yes, it has very good games on there.
Oh, okay.
Like Red Dead 2 is on there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I would be interested in something like that. I was going to say to play it on my PC, but I guess it's on PC now.
Yeah. But that was kind of exciting. That's something I'd like to, dip my toes into. I'm not sure what the implementation will be with older Galaxy devices. If they're just going to do the Samsung, or even, honestly, the most Android phone things where they just stop supporting it. Or if that will make its way over to older devices. But I am excited to see how that implementation works.
Yeah, I definitely do like the idea of an ecosystem. However, it's going to be very difficult to get me specifically to buy into an ecosystem for something like that.
Yeah.
Simply just because I don't want Apple's ecosystem, even though it's a very good ecosystem, I will say.
Very good.
They do it very well.
Yeah.
It's all seamless.
That's honestly the scary part, though.
However, I use a lot of, like, just non-standard tech.
Yeah.
Like,
Didn't you just show me like a 1994 IBM keyboard?
yes. Yes,
So-
I purchased a 1994 IBM Model M on eBay, and it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. But back on topic.
But I have doubts that my Android is gonna interface seamlessly with my Linux boxes.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling it wouldn't interface at all.
Well, in that fashion at least.
Yeah.
It doesn't even ping. You know how when you plug it into like a normal computer, like a Windows device, it pings the Samsung Dex thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't even ping that. It's just like, this is a port that we can push data to.
You guys want to know what's amazing? Honestly, I don't even have what we're talking about on the notes currently, and Chris just put a perfect transition into what I was going to say for the third exciting thing.
Whoa!
Wireless DEX.
Wireless DeX.
If you have a smart
You
TV,
don't have to plug it in.
if you have a smart TV, you can wirelessly stream your phone over to that TV and use Samsung DeX wirelessly with your phone as the mouse.
I've used it a couple times. I do quite like
It's
DeX.
cool. It's really
like
cool.
DeX.
It kind of gives me like Chrome vibes, where like not Chromebook. Sorry,
Yeah,
Chromebook.
Chrome OS.
Yeah,
That's
Chrome
sort
OS.
of idea.
And I like it. It's good. Like if I have the option to type out a Word document on the Google Drive app on my phone, or I have my, gimmicky folding keyboard that you don't like, I would much rather use DEX on a smart TV and just, bang out a document than I would just typing it out on my phone.
Well, that folding keyboard, I have to give it credit. I do quite like the hinge. It's a very good hinge. I don't like how small it is. And I don't like typing on it. And I just don't like the fact that it's foldable. I don't like things that fold.
Okay.
That being said, I have several laptops and they all fold. But they're supposed to fold. They fold like God intended. Keyboards aren't meant to fold. It's unnatural.
Says the guy with a roll-up keyboard that he bought for memes.
Oh yeah, it's flexible. I bought a silicone keyboard. I thought it was funny.
That's the
why
worst
I bought
typing
it.
experience I've ever
Actually awful.
But yeah, wireless DeX, honestly, I'm pretty excited for that. Just for like the simple fact that was kind of what held me back on DeX in the first place. It was like I could plug it in with a USB cable to my PC, or I could plug a USB-C to HDMI into a TV. Why would I have that on me? Like, do you walk around with a USB-C to HDMI cable? I don't think so.
No.
Or like an adapter. And also, why am I going to take my phone and plug that into my $1,600 PC, which has fully functional Windows 10 on it?
When I can just use the PC.
Exactly.
Yeah, that
so
makes sense.
wireless DeX is actually something I think, even for like videos. Just say videos. Someone has like a Roku, and you want to show a family video that you have on your phone. You can just wirelessly stream DeX, go to your file manager, play that video.
That's absolutely a much, much better implementation of DeX, I think.
Absolutely.
There's been some like weird hack job things with like, oh, you can get this laptop that's just like an empty shell, and it's just a screen, and you plug it in, and Samsung DeX just works.
Yeah.
And you can use it like a Chromebook.
So it's like a portable monitor.
Essentially, yeah, but you get a monitor, keyboard, mouse, like keyboard trackpad.
Yeah, there's a bit more to it.
But it's like the same price as like a regular Chromebook. It's like $200.
When I could also just buy a Chromebook, and
exactly,
I have that. That's fine. Samsung even makes Chromebooks of their own.
And you also need an Android device that supports Samsung DeX.
Yeah, so you need a specific Samsung phone.
Yes.
So I think it's definitely cool. It's one of the cooler things they announced. So of everything announced, besides the Bean Buds, I was extremely excited up until I got them in my hands. I really was excited for Samsung DeX being wireless, Gamepass, and then I'm not so much excited, more so interested in seeing what they do with this whole ecosystem thing. Because like you mentioned, how do you go toe-to-toe with a behemoth like Apple?
Especially when they have control over everything.
Yep, exactly.
Because they made macOS, they made iOS, they made iPad OS, they made the Watch OS, whatever runs on the Apple Watch.
Yep.
Like
the
they made everything.
Which interestingly enough, Samsung, funny enough, uses One UI now. It's not an OS, but it's a user interface, obviously.
Yep.
And they switched their watches from Tizen OS to One UI OS. They made their own Watch OS, but I think it was still like a Tizen modified version.
Yeah, it's the same. Well, because it's Android, it's based on a Linux kernel, so it's the same meme as like switching your desktop environment in Linux.
Yeah.
Which is essentially you just install a package and then you log out, switch your desktop environment, and you're good to go.
Yeah, and it's like this new interface.
So
it's interesting to see that they're making strides to have a proprietary interface or something that's, constant across all Samsung phones. And even tablets, but I would not want to be in the position to go toe to toe for an ecosystem with.
Yeah, they definitely have to. I mean, in terms of interfacing between phones, interfacing between like phones to tablets, phones to Chromebooks.
Apple TV, like they don't have anything like that on the Samsung side. They have the whole smart things.
Yeah.
But like Apple is just so seamless with everything. It's the one thing that I say like Apple is certainly best at. Like,
But I think that Samsung has it in the bag with like phone to phone, phone to tablet.
Oh yeah,
phone to
remember
Chromebook,
like early NFC days with like I think it was like the Note 5.
phone to Samsung TV.
Yeah, no, that stuff's incredible. Your Samsung smart fridge, yeah.
Yeah, if you buy one of those, I guess.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I think for the longest time, Samsung has had it down with the device to device, but not so much when you're going across different spectrums of devices. So,
Yes, you can go in between their own devices.
yeah, like right now, I know I just got an update for my phone, which is basically AirDrop for Samsung devices. And then I also got an update that is basically audio sharing with my earbuds with your phone. So like we can have my earbuds paired to both of our phones. We can both play audio and switch between it seamlessly.
Oh, okay.
But that's still that's just baby steps towards the behemoth that is Apple's ecosystem.
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't envy them in that situation.
No.
But if anyone can do it, it would probably be the other monolith of a company.
Yeah, unless they really want to drop a bombshell and start making like Samsung OS their own desktop OS and do that.
Oh, how do we forget about the main man Bixby?
Bixby. Oh my God. Oh man.
That was the first fail.
How long did you have your Note 9 before you disabled the Bixby button?
So originally the feature wasn't available, and then they made it available after Bixby became a douchebag. So as soon as it was available, so I believe what was it, the S8 that Bixby was introduced as his own button,
yes.
And then I think the S8 came and went, and then around the time the Note 9 came, they finally allowed you to go straight in and disable him. So yeah, probably since I got the phone. Probably the first time I hit the button by accident and that dumbass popped up. That's probably the first time.
Yeah, I've had my phone for almost 2 years now, and I don't think I think I've had the Bixby button disabled since like 2 days after I got the phone.
Yeah. Bixby on the watch is even worse, honestly.
Well, they gotta pick one, right? There's already Google Assistant,
Which is phenomenal.
which I don't use voice assistants anyway, but if I did, I would end up using Google Assistant over Bixby.
Yeah. That's for sure.
I don't like Bixby.
No, not at all.
Especially now he's got his own button. I hit the button, and then this dickhead starts talking to me. I don't want you.
Well, the good news is I believe, if I remember correctly off the top of my head, there's no Bixby button on the new phones.
Well, oh, great. Now I'm going to have my plastic phone sans Bixby button. Great, I'm happy.
Yes, sir. So now that $1,000 is really worth it. I'd pay $1,000 to get Bixby out of there.
If I ever open up my Note 9, I'm just going to cut the contacts for the Bixby button.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I just want it to be a dead button.
Yeah. I feel you there.
Because even with the disabling it, it still accidentally
Presses.
goes.
Well, the good thing
sometimes.
about the Samsung phones, the buttons pop right off. You can take them off and then get rid of the actual internal button. And
Yeah,
then put
that's
the
what I
button
end
back
up
on.
doing.
So it pops right off. You'll be good.
If I'm ever in my phone, if I ever open it up, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting rid of the contacts for the Bixby button. I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't too happy with their presentation, but it's all right. They can't please everybody. There's plenty of people I see. The Galaxy Buds Live have great reviews. A lot of people love them. It's just, to me, compared to the Galaxy Buds Plus, nothing. So, and that was the one thing I was anticipating.
Well, I guess yeah, ANC earbuds are gonna be like a thing of the future. I think, as prices are coming down and whatever. Hopefully they all do it a bit better than Samsung did.
Yeah, hopefully.
So with all that being said, this is probably gonna end up being a slightly shorter episode. Slightly.
Yeah, slightly.
But we had a lot to say. I got fired up a couple times.
Wouldn't be a normal episode if you didn't.
Obviously not. But I think we're gonna round it out. Just remember, you can now get our RSS feed pasted into your favorite podcast app. That will be in the description. Also, you can contact us at synapsemisfire@pm.me. And your email, comment, question, concern, death threat will be read on the show.
Yeah, speaking of that, thank you to Alex for sending in an email to Keurig saying Keurig can suck his dick and balls. That was certainly interesting to read on break.
Thank you, Alex. I also read that at work.
Perfect environment for that.
Of course. So shout out Alex. Anyway, everything like that out of the way. I guess that's the end of this episode.
This has been the Synapse Misfire Podcast.
Dramatic music. Explosions. And then the giant fist. Okay, the show's over now. Now get out of my house.